Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes, those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's why there's individuals who are black who do and can have black fatigue, because they see how damaging it is to see the worst of us attract all this negative attention that then unfortunately gets ascribed to the entire race all too often. But what's unfortunate is here in 2025, now we have to contend with the fact that there's people who are so sick and tired of seeing those negative aspects, those negative individuals in the black community attracting all this attention. That's what is spurring this black fatigue. I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And until we turn inward and address the issues in our own communities, I fear that this is only going to continue and get worse. And that's exactly what the powers that be want. They want to have us against each other instead of us against those who are really pulling the strings in the background.
All right. And I'm only going to talk about this for a minute because we pretty much done talked about it, but I got to be able to take this and create a segment for a video for YouTube. So yeah, man. And just to go back to what Antoine said is acting white. What does that mean? What does acting white mean? And what does acting black mean? Because there is a Democrat, her name's Jasmine Crockett, who's acting black in Congress, but that's not who she is. Like, what does this mean? What is this acting black and acting white thing? Why can't people be different, right? Why are we celebrating poverty mindsets, right? You know, because like I said, I've been in situations where, you know, I've been around people that were from the hood, or I've been in the hood, and I don't change who I am. I talk the same way I talk, right? And I understand the lingo, but I'm just who I am. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't like the way I talk or the way I am, or if it bothers them, then that's cool. You know, you don't got to be around me, right? But I never understood what acting white meant. And I'm like, I never understood it. Like, you go to school so that you get an education, so you learn to be better and you learn about the opportunities out there, and they teach you how to be successful. They don't teach you how to be black. They don't teach you about Ebonics. They teach you so that you can be the future of the world. But black people are too focused on things that do not matter. We're focused on what the newest gym shoe is, what's the new Jordan, what's the new car, what's the new features, and how can I get a job? And as soon as I make some money, part of my black fatigue is every time somebody black gets some money, the first thing they want to do is go buy a car. Preferably it's a Cadillac, or preferably it's a Mercedes or BMW, something they can't afford, but they want to go out and buy a car to validate their new financial status, and it's ridiculous. And I've heard way too many stories of black folks having really good cars at home with their mama, at their mama house. Like, what is going on in our community? And so this is why I say, when it comes to the black culture and the black people, like, we can't save everybody. You got to save your family. Focus on your family, and you create your principles, ideas, morals, and values through your family, and you carry that. You make sure that they carry that generation on and on and on, family by family basis. So the Jones family is going to practice these things that's going to make our family successful, even though the Johnson family still want to be ghetto and act like they don't know no better. we can't go and save the Johnson family. We got to focus on the Jones family. That's just the way I look at it, because we not saving nobody. So all these black people that come up here, the Jay Morrisons of the world, and Dr. Umar Johnson and Roland Martin, Roly Poly Martin, and Al Sharpton, they ain't out there saving nobody. They're not out there saving nobody, man. They out there grifting, getting money on you, getting rich off the black plight. And all you need to do is pay attention to what everybody else is doing, do some research on how people are winning in America, and teach your children these principles and ideas, because they're all out here. And then live that example. Ain't no acting black and acting white. What does acting black mean? I respect any person that is themselves. You know what type of black people that I like? The ones that know that they're different. They know it, because so many black people say, hey man, you weird, you this and that. But they like what they like, and they've embraced who they are. We will oust our own people, man. It's ridiculous. So that's all I got to say about black fatigue. Okay. That's black fatigue. And now we're going to move over to something a little bit more interesting, which is some politics. I'm going to end this show off. Didn't Thomas Sowell say something along the lines of, no one cares about you because you don't care about you? Yeah. And we need to focus on ourselves.